I work at the front desk. It was a Thursday night.
It's around like 7:45, 7:50 at night right there. I was in the weight room with helping a member out on the bench press.
I was sitting on the bleachers with some of the other parents watching gymnastics, and I happened to glance up, and I was watching him walk when he ran around one time, and I noticed that he was off. And when he went back again, I watched him collapse.
A member came rushing through those doors, but they're yelling my name like, Thomas, Thomas, there's someone on the track, like he's down, he's on the floor. And I was like, okay. So, and when I was running over there, I leaned over the railing that's over there. I yelled down to the front desk, and it was Molly at the time. And I said, code blue on the track right now. Right now.
Code blue here is our emergency procedure. So there's two people usually at the front desk. One person has to call the code blue on the intercom, and the other person has to grab the med bag and go to wherever the code blue is called. I ran so fast up the stairs and through these doors, and he was right over there, right by that sign, terrified. He was clearly unconscious and clearly wasn't breathing. I had never been in a situation like that, ever.
And I was kind of freaking out. One, because it's happening to a real life situation, and two, it's happening to a person that I know.
A lot of spectators. We then cleared everyone out, yelled for everyone to get out. Someone called 911, and I was relaying things to the girl on the phone with 911, like what his pulse was or wasn't at the time.
Just what I was trained to do. You know, we get trained that you start CPR, and if there's no pulse, then you bring out the AED, and that's exactly what happened. They did 30 compressions and 2 breaths, and then they were like, there's still no pulse. We need to do something more. So I took out the AED, I turned it on. Thomas and Angie took his shirt off. They started wiping him down. He was kind of sweaty. And the AED talks to you. It talks you through it, so that was very, very helpful. It said calculating. And then I remember kind of just yelling at everybody, like, stop, like, don't touch him because I'm about to give the shock, like, clear.
He was just like looking like aimlessly at one direction like there. But after we shocked him, I saw his eyes like lit up, and he looked at me like something happened, like something came back right there, like something, that shock made him realize like I have full consciousness or some consciousness right now.
Yeah, right after the second shock, we were doing CPR, and we were like, his pulse is back, like it worked. So we were like happy, and he kind of like came to for a second, his eyes open, and he took like a wicked deep breath, and all of us were like, oh my God. Like, it was amazing. I mean, we watched him come back to life.
I honestly didn't think he was gonna make it. Just his coloring, the pulse that kept going in and out. And then the fire department was coming off the elevator, and I just yelled for them to hurry up, because we were out of tools at that point.
Definitely a scary thing to go through. I had never seen anybody like in that state. Do you know what I mean? Like, he didn't have a pulse, he wasn't breathing, he was very blue. I had never seen a person in that state before in real life, so that was definitely scary for me. I think it just kind of made me appreciate my job and how we look out for one another and are trained on CPR. I always thought it was so annoying to get trained on this stuff all the time, but it makes sense that we do it. Definitely made me appreciate life.
I'm glad that I got the training done right there and knew what to do. That's what it is.
I mean, luckily they are all trained and they knew what they were doing, because if they didn't, I don't think it would have turned out the same way. We've been through something. I mean, we saved someone's life together. It's a different bond that you can't just create with somebody.
I think that we went through something very traumatic together, but I think that because we were all there for each other, it definitely helped us get through it, especially afterwards. I mean, I see them all the time now.
Yeah.